90% of the world's blind and visually impaired live in low-income countries where cataracts are the leading cause of needless blindness. Despite the fact that cataracts can be cured via a surgical technique which lasts only 7 minutes and costs as little as $50, a majority of the world's cataract blind continue to be needlessly blind because they cannot afford or access surgery. In 2021, Dr. Sanduk Ruit and Mr. Kohli, who have both long dreamed of ending needless blindness in the developing world, formed the Kohli and Ruit Foundation with a mission to screen at least 1 million and to cure 300,000 to 500,000 of cataract blindness by 2030. In its first year, the Kohli and Ruit Foundation has been able to successfully screen 128,094 people and cure 13,659 people of needless blindness in some of Nepal's most underserved regions. In March 2022, in the small and remote village of Doramba in Nepal's Ramechhap district, the Kohli and Ruit Foundation staged one of the biggest hilly area cataract microsurgical camps ever organized till date. The Kohli and Ruit Foundation dispatched a medical team to screen patients from almost all corners of the district. A total of 16 screening camps across the hills surrounding Doramba were organized, and the Kohli and Ruit Foundation screened 3,251 patients, of which 333 patients were identified in need of cataract surgery and were subsequently invited for surgery in Doramba. As patients began to arrive in large numbers at the camp, a visiting medical team from Tilganga Institute of Ophthalmology, working with the Kohli and Ruit Foundation, began the task of converting a small classroom into a fully functional operating theatre. The next day, the surgeries began. Altogether, 333 surgeries were completed by Dr. Ruit and his medical team in the presence of co-founder Mr. Kohli. In the small operating theatre, he watched Dr. Ruit skillfully remove cataracts from several patients, which included a 38-year-old Krishna Bahadur Maji and 85-year-old Putali Basel, who had both been living a life of needless blindness. The next day, the final day of the camp, Dr. Ruit and Mr. Kohli collectively removed the patches of each of the 333 patients gathered at the camp. Patients were stunned to be seeing again. They rejoiced at having their blindness cured as they profusely thanked the surgeon who restored their sight. The truest of emotions was perhaps seen when Maichang Tamang shared with her son that her blindness was cured. The son, Gyan, overwhelmed with emotions, wept tears of happiness and relief as he profusely thanked everyone who helped his mother see again.
I'm so very happy with my mom.
In the late afternoon, after each of the 333 patients' post-op session was complete, the patients slowly started making their way home. Each to live a life without a visual impairment and free to pursue their social and economic activities. For the Kohli and Ruit Foundation, however, their journey is far from over. Immediately after curing 333 patients in Doramba, they conducted another high-volume microsurgical camp in Nijgarh, wherein 305 patients returned home after successfully reversing their blindness. Dr. Sanduk Ruit and Mr. Kohli have both long dreamed of ending needless blindness in the developing world. With the Kohli and Ruit Foundation, they aim to screen 1 million and cure 300,000 to 500,000 of needless blindness by 2030. Dr. Ruit has been on a lifelong mission to take much needed care to the world's most underserved areas. Mr. Kohli, who has been working in various forms of blindness prevention and cure, believes that investment in the cure of cataract surgeries has the power to transform communities. Together with the Tej Kohli and Ruit Foundation, they are hoping to make a sincere and positive impact on the global public health problem of preventable blindness.